Hi, folks.
Hi, Kim.
Hi there.
Hi, Andy.
How are you doing?
Good. Wouldn't think it would take me so long to come up with like 5 sentences, but I'm like agonizing over writing a few sentences. I talk all the time.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I decided to invent some words for our practice words, and of course, I've struggled over the sentences for a week and a half.
Yeah. I had a word I wanted to use, but I couldn't be sure I could pronounce it. I would have had to ask the announcer to pronounce it for me. So
That's what I'm here for.
okay.
Am I framed up okay like this? Is this all right? I think I can't see myself right now, so I'm just kind of wondering if I'm square.
You look good, Andy.
Mhm.
Well, that maybe is overstating the case there, but
Not at all.
how are you doing?
Good, good. How you doing?
Pretty good. You make it through that cold couple of day and a half there.
Yeah, yeah. It's sad it's getting warmer. All the little snow we have is melting.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Andy, in 9 minutes, the welcome slide will go away, and so then the view will look different.
Okay. Yeah. And is Kim going to do the introduction?
Yeah, I start, right?
And then
Yeah. It's a very short opening remarks. And then Liz, give us the thank you to sponsors. And then I do the quick announcement of 3 of you guys.
okay. Yep.
And yeah, like a total of about 5 sentences for me. I'll try and make it fun.
I'll make it. I'm a lot wordier, so
That's your job to be wordy. It's mine to get to. Mine is only to start us off, get the energy level up, and then pass it off to the people who really know what they're talking about. But the real job, get down to the main event. So
yeah.
Just to confirm, I'm going to be muted with video off, and I'll just turn on my speaker if I need to step in.
Yes. Same with me as the timekeeper.
Okay.
I'm just unmuted now to deal with few things. And we've got some team members joining now.
awesome, great.
I see Kathy from the Wolves.
I'm not sure who needs to know this, but one of our team members just became a grandmother 5 minutes ago.
Oh my.
Oh my.
So Lori won't be joining us, but we still have 2 people, so we're going to do our best.
That's Lori Adams.
Correct.
Okay.
5 minutes ago, huh? Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
exciting.
quite literally.
Meredith, is that you, Meredith, right now? I'm looking at
Kathy, you're looking at Kathy.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm just wondering about, and I want to make sure the pronunciation of Meredith's last name, is it Reichel?
Rishel.
It's Richel. Okay.
Rishel?
Rishel.
Yeah, SH. So it sounds like a SH. Okay.
To the best of my knowledge, that is correct.
Yeah, I know.
I know
It
she
may or may
played
not
last
have been
year.
that way before.
I think she was in the team last year, but I've forgotten how I pronounce it. So hopefully I got it right last year, and we'll try again.
Mine's pretty simple.
I'm going with Kathy Reed, right?
That's it.
Yeah. Mine's pretty easy too, though. I did have a math teacher in grade school that always called me Tom Andrew because he thought Thomas was a first name, and he couldn't figure that out, even though it was everybody else's last name was first on his roster. I think that's why I did poorly in algebra. I'm going to blame him.
you hear me okay?
Yeah, it's okay. It's a little hollow, but not too bad. So,
Yeah, I had expected to be at my location by now, so I apologize.
You look like you're in a movie, Liz.
I'm in a movie.
Yeah.
But I'm not driving. Like they're always driving and not getting in accidents while they're doing crazy things.
I feel like we should have music playing in the background or something. I'll have to get the soundtrack from, which one is it? The Spelling Bee, the musical, right? Maybe it's not a musical. Maybe that one's only a drama.
Well, I'm sure there's a soundtrack to go with it.
There must be, right? Yeah. The Spelling Bee of something county, right?
So judges, just a reminder, when I change words, I'm going to tell you what page I'm going to go to. And then also the number of the word that's on the page, which those numbers might bounce around in weird ways as we go through it, but that'll tell you what word I'm going to use.
Great, thank you.
Okay. I'm starting right at the beginning with page 1 and try to get people through a few words for sure.
Hey, folks, we're still waiting on quite a few participants. If the folks, the participants that are on want to text their teammates, that might be helpful. And welcome.
It's the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, and it is a musical.
Good to know.
Hi, Mike.
Thank you. If we're virtual next year, then that can be the soundtrack. We can play that on the computer while we're waiting for people to come in. I knew I had something, Spelling Bee and county. I was close. In the neighborhood. And I haven't seen it. That's why I didn't know it for sure. So I have to see that one now.
How's the creative writing going this year, Mike?
I stopped teaching it.
Okay.
I actually handed it off to Tally Giuliano. She's teaching it now
Okay.
after, I don't know, 15 years and I don't know, several thousand stories. I decided it was time for somebody else's eyes to die reading them all. So it's someone else's now, and she's loving it. So that's good.
Yeah,
So
that's good. That's good. You miss it a little though, probably, right?
sure. Maybe. Sure. Yeah.
Meredith just texted me that her Zoom decided to update as she was logging in, so she might be a
I'm
little
here.
bit behind. Oh,
I'm here.
okay. Hi.
Thanks, Kathy. Did you already tell them about Lori?
I did.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Alrighty. It looks as though we have 2 of our 3 teams. So I'm going to check to see what the situation is with our 3rd team.
Okay.
Somebody tell me how to pronounce Phil's last name, or other timekeeper.
Bill Brock.
Brock, thank you.
So how does everybody feel about me starting up the video that we have while we wait for the 3rd team? I think most of you missed it. Would you like me to do that? Or just hang tight?
Go for it. Do what you need to do.
Whatever you like.
It's up to you. Either that or
That's
we have to
fine.
get some banter going. Okay. All right, it looks like we're going to go with the teams that we have. So we've got 2 teams in the first round. The Key Clubs Booksmart and Cuca College.
Okay.
Wolf.
Let me know when you're ready to start, because you have to queue up things, right? For YouTube. And are you going to run the
All
video
set.
first? It's all set?
I think we're going right as we speak.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kim Reich, co-president of the Board of Literacy Volunteers of Ontario Yates, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the 21st Annual Adult Spelling Bee. As an organization dedicated to supporting adult learning and literacy, we love hosting a competitive word-related event. And as a major fundraiser for LVOY, we appreciate everyone's support. So glad you could join us today. And now a word from our sponsors. Actually, it's a word about our sponsors. Over to you, Liz.
Thanks, Kim. I did want to take a moment to thank our sponsors for today's event because they really are what makes it so successful financially, as well as the teams who participate. But our premier sponsors are Nancy Sands, Red Jacket Orchards and the Nicholson family, and Wegmans. And then our Queen Bee sponsors are Canandaigua National Bank and Trust and CDGA Coffee. And our drone sponsors include Darling's Tree Farm, Reedman's Happy Hive, and Rob and Suzanne Nye. So we're so appreciative of your support of this event because all of the proceeds do go and help us provide more tutoring services to our local adults. So thank you very much.
And so now I get to announce our host for the day. So our announcer for today is the indomitable Andy Thomas, volunteer extraordinaire. The rest of our team includes our judge for this round, the erudite Sonia Brooks, and timekeeper, the meticulous Donna Carter. And now over to you, Andy.
Thank you very much, Kim. Welcome, everyone. And I'm not going to try to spell indomitable right now. A little too nervous for that. Welcome to what we really wish was not the most important sporting event of February. If we're all Bills fans, we actually wish they were in action next week. But as we know, the Bills players really are more focused on literacy than we had originally thought, and they just did not want to upstage us by being in the Super Bowl. So we thank them for allowing the great focus on this event, the Literacy Volunteers of Ontario Yates Spelling Bee, for the 21st consecutive year. It just shows that the Bills players have hearts that are really in the right place. So we thank them very much. And speaking of hearts, our first word of the day, I'm going to fool around a little with Bill's words today for our practice rounds. You know how believe is misspelled on all those flags and posters, but we know exactly what it means. We're going to expand on that concept for our practice words today when the teams get a chance to get out the wrinkles and make sure that they've got their stuff set up so that they can spell correctly. So our first Bill's word is bill beating. Now, the strict definition of that word is what Damar Hamlin's heart is still doing. And we're all thankful for that. Anybody who saw that happen on the television that Monday night, it was shocking. And he was saved and he's doing great. And we all are feeling wonderful about that. But, I thought maybe we could take bill beating and expand that definition a little bit beyond. So let's use it in a sentence. Literacy Volunteers of Ontario Yates keeps the flame of literacy bill beating in our region. Because in some respects, LVOY is kind of like our AED of literacy for adults around here. In 2022, 65 tutors worked with 91 learners throughout Ontario and Yates counties. 2,844 volunteer hours were given in service to accomplishing our mission. And that quotes up to a value of approximately $85,000 over the year. And this very bee last year raised over $17,500 for this fantastic organization. So, and what does that organization do? Well, it provides clients with the tools to master our wonderfully weird English language and improve their prospects for a better life, a better job, a better everything as they move through life. So basically, LVOY keeps everything bill beating as we proceed. So thank you to all who have donated to LVOY over the past year. A big thanks to our participants today for putting their word smithing on the line in the spelling bee. Thanks to all our bee organizers, do a great job setting this whole thing up, making sure it works properly. And to all of you watching on YouTube, to the most important event in the February sporting calendar. Thanks a lot for being here. I'm honored to be your bee master once again. It's a challenge, but it's a lot of fun, and I'm hoping the teams can have a lot of fun today as they get to it. So we'll get to some bill beating this year on this 21st edition. We're going to have 2 rounds for the 2023 spelling bee. There'll be about an hour each. First round starting now, and then the second round starts at 2, and the championship round will be at 3 o'clock. The winners of each round qualify for the championship round. So we're going to have 2 winners going into that championship round. The teams for round 1 are 2 teams, because we had a team that could not make it at the very last second from Wood Library, and hopefully everything's okay with them. But our 2 teams that are going to be in round 1, Team 1, representing the Canandaigua Academy Key Club. They call themselves Book Smart without the A. A very formidable squad. They've been in this competition for several years and made it pretty far, but I think they're still searching for that A for the championship over the years. Book Smart is Eric Bateman and Mike Sisson, both educators at Canandaigua Academy, and thanks for being here, guys, giving in another go this year. Team 2 is from higher education, Keuka College. They call themselves the Keuka College Wolves. That's Kewka, COLLEDGEWOLFS. So I don't have much hope for this team because they're already looking kind of weak on that spelling, but we're thrilled to have them aboard. And we'll look for the Wolves to have a lot of fun today. Now the Wolves are down a person, and we just got the word before the competition began. I think it's okay to say this, that one member, Lori Adams, well, she became a grandmother about 5 minutes before this competition began. So she has other better things to do, celebrating a new life, being welcomed into the world, and we hope everything's going great there. But with us today are team members from the Keuka College Wolves, Kathy Reed and Meredith Grischel, and we are happy they're here today with us. So we'll get going here pretty soon. So good luck. We got to go through some housekeeping, some rules to make sure everything is on the up and up, and we'll do that as fast as I can. We have a couple of 2-member teams here, but only one member is the one who actually says the spelling word out loud. Each team appoints that designated speller. The speller must say the word, then spell the word slowly and clearly so I can understand it and our judges can understand it. And then when you're finished spelling, say the word again. So if it's dog, it's dog, D-O-G, dog. And then we know that you're done. We also know from the first time you say it that you pretty much have the word in hand, and that we think you understand the word well enough to understand to spell it. As announcer, I will pronounce the word. I will use it in a sentence, and then I'll pronounce the word once more. Sentence, kind of the key to literacy, knowing the context of words helps you spell them. And but you can ask for a definition. You can ask for the language of origin, part of speech such as noun, verb, or adjective, things like that. I will help you as much as I can. If I have that information, most of these words I will have that information for. One key thing is you can stop in the middle of a word that you're spelling, but you can't fix a mistake you've already done. So if the word is dog and you start D-O and something distracts you and you have to stop, that's okay. Stop, say the word again, dog, and then continue, then start spelling again. If you had laid those letters down, D-O, you're okay. But if you had started to spell and realized that, oh, I made a mistake, you can't fix it. So if you had said dog, O-G, you're cooked and we're going to have to eliminate you. So the key there is don't rush into the word. Make sure you understand it before you start spelling. The way you communicate between yourselves as teams, you can figure out what you have 60 seconds to communicate to decide on your favorite spelling for each word before we'll blow the time on you and make you take a guess. Obviously, we don't want you to Google the word. That's up to you and your honor. It's a fun contest and there's no reason to do anything like that. You may have a free word pass. I actually am not sure who has a free word pass at this point, but you might have bought a free word pass. That's a kind of a get out of jail card that if you're stumped by a word, you can say, I got a free word pass and we'll go to the next word and you're off the hook on that word. However, I won't remind you that you have it. So if you do have one, that's your last reminder right there. If you miss a word, you're out. You're eliminated and you should mute your mic. Now, if you miss a word in this case with 2 teams in each round, if you miss a word, you may not be eliminated because if you miss a word and the other team also misses a word, you're both going to stay in the round until somebody misses on that same round or not the same word, but the same number of words. Let's see, we have slightly different rule in the championship round. If you get there, you're going to have to spell one more word. After winning the championship round, you have to spell one more word to actually win the championship. And if you misspell that second word, the other team is back in business. Most or not all these words in the B come from previous Scripps Howard National Spelling Bees, pronouncer guides that we have. Those are the same words that are used ultimately for the National Spelling Bee, which climaxes in Washington, D.C. in the spring. And a lot of kids in Canandaigua and other area schools are vying to participate in that spelling bee right now as they go through their district contests. I'll try to pronounce these words correctly, obviously, and I'm using the diacritical markings in the Webster's Dictionary. We do have 2 judges today, and thanks, they'll be watching me like a hawk and listening carefully to both me and also the contestants. If I make a mistake, I'll try to catch that, but if I miss that I've made a mistake, the judges will jump in and correct. And if I've really botched up a word, I'll probably just jump and do a new word. If I've somehow misled you, I don't want to do that, obviously. So that's something I'll try to avoid, and I'll try to catch myself, but the judges are there to catch me as well. The judges are also listening as well as I am to your spelling as contestants, and they will help me make a decision as to whether you've missed that word. A lot of times, if I'm unsure, I will ask the judges, what do they think? And they'll click on their mics and give me a verdict, okay? I think that's it for the rules. The other main thing is, you don't have to rush. 60 seconds seems like a short time when you talk about 60 seconds is actually pretty long when we're waiting for a word, but we will time you and we will push you to make a guess. If you're still kind of wondering after 60 seconds, we'll have to force you to go for it. So we start with a practice round. You can't be eliminated in the practice round. It's simply to get the nerves settled and make sure all of our audio is working properly. So one of the things I want to do right now is make sure that the teams can hear me clearly. I need both of the teams to just let me know if you can hear me well and you can see me okay. Eric, you're going to pronounce for Booksmart?
That is correct.
Okay.
Can you hear me
Who's the
okay?
speller for, I'm sorry, Eric. Who's the speller for Wolves?
That will be me.
Okay, Kathy, can you hear me okay and see me okay?
Yes. And
Okay.
can you hear me?
I can. So
Okay.
sounds pretty good. All right. We'll go for it then. Again, you can't be eliminated here at the practice round. As mentioned, the words for today are kind of built on our undying love for the Bills around here and our undying frustration that they never quite make it. So we'll go to Booksmart for their first word, and it's a practice word. You can't miss, but let's see how you do. The word is belittle. I'll give a definition just to make that clear. A belittle is a noun, and it's a child who's made to be a Bills fan by his or her parents, not necessarily according to the way they would wish. And thus that child is doomed to a life of occasional joy, but near permanent misery. A belittle. So,
Belittle.
Booksmart, belittle. When the kindergarten teacher realized she had 3 belittles in her class, she immediately contemplated retirement. Belittles.
Belittle. Billitttle. Belittle.
Belittle is correct. With the double L in there is obviously crucial. Okay, Kathy, to your practice word. And the team is the Wolves from Keuka College. And the word is bilk. That's a verb. The definition is to fraudulently sell a naive Bills fan 50-yard line tickets that are actually seats in the top row of section 338 at Highmark Stadium, particularly on a sub-zero wind chill day. That is to bilk someone. So our word is bilk. Tom Brady finds it very funny to bilk his few remaining Buffalo friends. Bilk.
Bilk. B-I-L-L-K. Bilk.
That's right. You're not going to find that in the dictionary, but you got it right. So, all right, we're set to roll. Now I'm going to go to our spelling words and make sure everything's set. So, Booksmart, we ready?
All set.
Okay, here we go. Round 1. Judges, I'm on page 1. I'm right at the top. Number 110. Neptune. With winds that surpass 1,200 miles per hour, Neptune is easily the windiest planet in our solar system. Neptune.
Neptune. N-E-P-T-U-N-E. Neptune.
That is correct. Okay, Wolves. Your first word is the next one down, Judges, 111. Alibi. To support his alibi, Jake showed a video he made during his trip to Hawaii. Alibi.
Alibi. A-L-I-B-I. Alibi.
That is correct. All right. We'll get you rolling here. Back to Booksmart. Number 115 on the same page. Surrounded. The trees surrounded the cabin and gave it a peaceful, secluded feeling. Surrounded.
Surrounded. S-U-R-R-O-U-N-D-E-D. Surrounded.
That is correct. That double R in there, like that double L in belittle, can sometimes bump some people off. Okay, we're going back to the Wolves, and we're staying on the page at 116, bottom word. Word is Juneteenth. Every year, the town celebrated Juneteenth with a parade, a festival, and a concert. Juneteenth.
Quick question. If it's a proper noun, do we have to say that it's a capital letter?
Do not worry about capital letters
Okay.
or hyphens or any apostrophes or anything like that that will show up. We're strictly worried about letters in the right order.
Okay. Juneteenth. J-U-N-E-T-E-E-N-T-H. Juneteenth.
That is correct. Normally that is capitalized. Of course, that is the day which is a celebration of the freedom of the slaves, particularly in the state of Texas. Now a national holiday. Going to page 3 and back to Booksmart. Number 127 for Judges. Booksmart, ready? Preened. Ebba's cat curled up on the couch and preened its fur before settling in for a nap. Preened.
Preened. Preened. Preened.
That is correct. Preened. Back to you, Wolves. Next word down, Judges 128. Wattles. Now be careful on this one. Sounds like it has a homonym, but it's wattles. Rohan collected wattles to help his aunt construct a shed in the backyard. Wattles.
Wattles. Wattles. Wattles.
That is correct. Those are materials like rods, branches, or reeds used for building something. Good job. All right, we're going to jump ahead to page 8. And at the top of the page, number 155, we're back to Booksmer. Reflexology. Kenny massages, I'm sorry, I missed my sentence here. I'll try that again. Kenny manages his arthritis pain with medication from his doctor, low impact exercise, and reflexology. Reflexology.
Reflexology. REFLEXOLOGY. Reflexology.
That is right. Good job. Number 157 is our next word, Judges, same page for the Wolves. Discriminating. A child of discriminating tastes, Millicent insisted on eating Fruit Loops, never ever Fruity Pebbles. Discriminating.
Discriminating. DISCRIMINATING. Discriminating.
That is correct. All right, everybody's rolling well. We're going to stay on the same page. Back to you, Booksmer. Number 158, the next word down. Penchant. While visiting Ankara, Nanette developed a penchant for Turkish coffee. Penchant.
Penchant. PENCHANT. Penchant.
That's correct. The A in there at the end of that can be tricky. Go to number 160. Back to you, Wolves. Morbidity. Jen's morbidity is controlled by a modified diet, increased exercise, and maybe reflexology. Morbidity.
Morbidity. MORBIDITY. Morbidity.
All right, great. We're both far from our morbidity in this contest. You guys are doing great. You're both alive and rolling. All right, we're going to jump ahead to page 12. Back to you, Booksmer. Number 179 at the top of the page, Judges. Prioress. Freddie recently read a book about a prioress who celebrated the opening of a new chapel with her community. Prioress.
Prioress.
For me here.
Prioress.
I think I have it.
Prioress.
Yeah, the actual pronunciation is prioress with the focus on the first syllable.
Prioress. Prioress. Prioress.
That is correct. A nun whose rank in an order of women corresponds to that of the ranking next to an abbot in the order of men, a prioress. Okay. Back to you, Wolves. We'll do number 182 on the same page here, judges. Fortuitous. Gavin's timing was fortuitous, as he was starving and the chocolate chip cookies had just come out of the oven. Fortuitous.
Fortuitous. Fortuitous. Fortuitous.
That is correct. The OUS at the end is good. Staying on the same page, back to you, Booksmer, number 183, the next word down. Adduced. The archaeologist adduced many artifacts during the presentation to support his theory on the ancient culture's ritual practices. Adduced.
I will concur. No clue. Here's our guess. Adduced. A-D-U-C-E-D. Adduced.
Oh, I'm sorry, that is incorrect, Booksmart. The correct spelling of adduced is A-D-D-U-C-E-D. The definition, brought forward or presented for consideration in a discussion, analysis, or contention. The word is from Latin, adduce. Now, you're not necessarily out, Booksmart, because to win the round, the Wolves have to get this next word, okay? We're going to go to page 16 for the round win, number 201 at the top of the page. Conurbation. The Kanto region of Japan has long been a large industrial conurbation. Conurbation.
Could I have the language of origin?
Yes. Conurbation. This word is formed from two Latin elements plus an English combining form. Conurbation.
Conurbation.
Okay. Say it again for me.
Conurbation.
Yep, I'm going to say it one more time for you. Conurbation.
Conurbation.
Yep.
C-O-N-E-R-B-A-T-I-O-N. Conurbation.
I'm sorry you did miss it. So both teams are still alive. That is a tricky one. It's a little simpler than it actually sounds. You threw an E in there, I think, after N. It's C-O-N-U-R-B-A-T-I-O-N. A great aggregation or continuous network of densely populated city-centered communities. A conurbation. All right. So both teams still alive. Booksmart, you wriggled off the hook there. So we'll be back at it. Next word down for the judges, 202 on page 16. Booksmart. Refectory. Brother Samuel returned to the refectory for dinner. Refectory.
refectory, REFECTORY, refectory.
That is correct. That first E is pronounced like an I though, refectory, but the spelling is with an E. Very good. Next word down for wolves. Plastron. When Bob noticed signs of shell rot on his turtle's plastron, he whisked it to a veterinarian for treatment. Plastron. You gotta get this word correct to stay alive. That basically works for both of you at this point, but because of the luck of the draw here and the fact that Booksmart goes first, you're in the same round. So you need this word. Again, the word is, sorry to distract you there, but the word is plastron.
We have a pass, and I think we'd like to use it.
All right, thanks for your extra donation for buying the pass. Hopefully that will be worthwhile. It's gone now, so you can't use it later. But a good call. Plastron is the ventral part of the shell of a tortoise or turtle, and it's spelled Plastron. 8 letters, but that O is pronounced like an sound, plastron. Okay, so wolves, to stay in it, your next word is going to be the next word down, judges, 204. Kaddish. In the mourner's Kaddish, there is no mention of death or mourning. Kaddish.
Could I have the language of origin?
Yep, the word is Kaddish. It's from Aramaic. Kaddish.
Kaddish. K-A-D-D-I-S-H. Kaddish.
You know your Aramaic derivations. That is correct. Good job. All right. Okay. The battle keeps on. We're back to you, Booksmart, and we'll stay on the same page here. That's just going down the words. 205. Hawsers. Pappy tossed the hawsers to Popeye so he could moor the ship to the dock. Hawsers.
Could I hear the word one more time, please?
Hawsers. That good?
Thank you. Hawsers, H-A-W-S-E-R-S, hawsers.
That is correct. Large ropes for towing or mooring a ship or securing it to a dock. You Lakers should know about that kind of stuff around here, right? Okay, staying on the same page, back to you, wolves. Coracle. Jasmine rode an old coracle to the small island in the middle of the lake. We're staying with our nautical theme. Coracle.
Could I have the language of origin?
Coracle. The word comes from Welsh. From Wales. Coracle.
Coracle. C-O-R-A-G-L-E. Coracle.
You maybe misunderstood that slightly, but it's coracle with a k sound, not a G.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let me get some assistance from the judges. How clearly do you think that went out? I thought that she had pronounced it okay the first time when she heard it, but maybe,
I,
what do you think,
I-
Sonia?
I thought the pronunciations were accurate. The way I heard it.
I think we're going to have to leave it there, Wolves, and I think it's just that kind of error is what can happen. And so Booksmart, you're going to be winners of round 1 and advance to the championship round, which will be at 3 o'clock. And I know it's a tough call, but I think that's probably the right thing to do. Wolves, thank you so much for participating in the B and the hanging tough and doing a great job, really. And congratulations to Booksmart, Eric and Mike, for advancing and maybe finding that A for the first time.
Thank you, and good job, Wolves.
All right. So what happens now is we'll kind of reset. We'll take a break and come back for round 2 at 2 o'clock when we'll have, I believe, 3 teams in that round. That's what we expect. And we'll start it at 2. And we'll go through kind of the, have to read them the rules and everything. We'll start that at 2, and then the championship round where Booksmart will be back in action will be at 3 on the same link. Thanks for everybody for watching, and hang in there. We'll be back shortly.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, I'm Liz Searle, Executive Director of LVOY, and welcome to our 21st Annual Adult Spelling Bee. We're so excited to have you joining us today. As well as being our longest running event, the Bee is also consistently one of our most successful fundraisers. And just like LVOY's work with adults throughout Ontario and Yates counties, that success is directly attributable to you and community members like you who make our work possible. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and enjoy the Bee.
My name is Paul Cartal. I've been in the United States for 10 years. I came here when I was 10. I'm from Gambia in Africa. I'm here to practice my English, my reading, my spelling, and writing. So far, it's been great, and my tutor tells me I know more than I think, which I'm not sure of myself yet, but he's helping me get there. My goal is to go back to college next year and do better than I did last year. Hopefully, pass and move on to a different college. I'm going for mechanical technology, so I'm hoping I pass all my classes so I can move on with my major.
I'm Simon Gray. I'm Babu Cartal's tutor. I'm honored to be his tutor, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be able to be a tutor here at Literacy Volunteers of Ontario Yates. When I was little, I read voraciously, and I was always at the library. I took home piles of books and read them all in a week and took them back. And I wanted to be an English teacher when I grew up, but that didn't work out. The universe had other plans for me, so I became a healthcare chaplain. But this is a thrill for me to be able to do this, because I'm able to do what I always wanted to do, and to share on the gift of communication and reading and knowing the English language to be able to connect with other people and have the best life that we can have.
My name is Debbie, and Julie is my tutor. I'm working toward GED. One of the hardest part of it is new words. The best part is math and reading, and I love it.
Hi, my name is Julie. I've been a tutor for 5 years, and I've been working with Debbie since May. I started volunteering as a tutor because I've always loved to read, and I really want to help others learn to love it too. The most rewarding part of tutoring for me is finding what inspires Debbie and what gets her excited about keep working toward her goal.
And I love it.
Hi, I'm Liz Searle, Executive Director of LVOY, and welcome to our 21st Annual Adult Spelling Bee. We're so excited to have you joining us today. As well as being our longest running event, the Bee is also consistently one of our most successful fundraisers. And just like LVOY's work with adults throughout Ontario and Yates counties, that success is directly attributable to you and community members like you who make our work possible. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and enjoy the Bee.
My name is Bob Cartal. I've been in the United States for 10 years. I came here when I was 10. I'm from Gambia in Africa. I'm here to practice my English, my reading, my spelling, and writing. So it's been great, and my tutor tells me I know more than I think, which I'm not sure of myself yet, but he's helping me get there. My goal is to go back to college next year and do better than I did last year. Hopefully pass and move on to a different college, passing the major. I'm going for mechanical technology, so I'm hoping I pass all my classes so I can move on with my major.
I'm Simon Gray. I'm Babu Kartal's tutor. I'm honored to be his tutor. And I'm absolutely thrilled to be able to be a tutor here at Literacy Volunteers of Ontario Yates. When I was little, I read voraciously, and I was always at the library. I took home piles of books and read them all in a week and took them back. And I wanted to be an English teacher when I grew up, but that didn't work out. The universe had other plans for me, so I became a healthcare chaplain. But this is a thrill for me to be able to do this, because I'm able to do what I always wanted to do, and to share on the gift of communication and reading and knowing the English language to be able to connect with other people and have the best life that we can have.
My name is Debbie, and Julie is my tutor. I'm working toward GED. One of the hardest parts of it is new words. The best part is math and reading. I love it.
Hi, my name is Julie. I've been a tutor for 5 years and I've been working with Debbie since May. I started volunteering as a tutor because I've always loved to read and I really want to help others learn to love it too. The most rewarding part of tutoring for me is finding what inspires Debbie and what gets her excited about keep working toward her goal.
And I love it.
Water or anything like that? Oh, yeah. Maybe time for I see Leah back in action, huh?
My daughter, am I muted? No, my daughter's not volleyballing this weekend. So I have priorities. There's volleyball, then there's spelling bee. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can't understand why you're choosing this way.
Well, my 15-year-old, she has the ability to make my life miserable. So
Yeah. I guess
Andy, I just sent you a direct message if you want to check in on it. A chat. Andy, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry.
Okay, I just sent you a chat. Thanks.
Okay. Okay. All right, we'll have to, I'll have to try to be extra careful on when the words are a little more complex or a little more obscure, that they're getting that, you know. I'll try to make sure.
Yeah. I think it's when some of those consonants that sound pretty similar.
Yep. You know, her speaker wasn't as clear as like Eric's also coming back the other direction. So it
Right,
might-
so it could have come in the other way too. That's
Right.
but just wanted to let you know that I kind of experienced it too, so.
Okay. I hope we didn't.
No, I don't think so. I think
Early.
so.
They did a good job.
Yeah,
I have a
I didn't get that word either, Andy, so.
No. Oh, there just aren't many coracles around the lake.
There are not. Hey, but I had Kaddish. I'll tell you, that one was easy.
Yeah. I have a feeling I know someone who's happy today. Marilyn Bushman's husband is happy. Tottenham beat Man City 1-0 today.
Oh, really? Oh, my kids are Tottenham fans.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
They won. They kept them off the board.
woohoo. Yeah, the question is, I don't know if my kids have seen the game yet. So unless they
Yeah,
happen
you
to see
don't-
it live, they
right.
probably won't see it live. So I can't say anything yet.
I'll have to shut up too. Yeah. So-
Just testing my microphone. Thank you.
All righty. And everybody's here. So Andy?
Everybody's here. All right.
Yes.
See if I might have a quick pronunciation question on
Let me know when you want me to start. Are we back on Zoom or on YouTube already?
well, we've got a couple of minutes. I want to be
Okay,
literal.
punctual.
And we never leave YouTube. Our audience has the pleasure of seeing it all. All the back-
Oh, they just got to hear the whole Tottenham conversation.
That's right.
Uh-oh,
Uh-oh, sorry.
uh-oh.
Now you know.
It's a hard thing to black yourself out of all the sports that you're interested in.
Hey. Welcome, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Kim Reich, co-president of the Board of Literacy Volunteers of Ontario Yates, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to Literacy Volunteers' 21st Annual Adult Spelling Bee. As an organization dedicated to supporting adult literacy and learning, we love hosting a competition, a competitive word-based event, Yay for Words. And as a major fundraiser for LVOY, we appreciate everyone's support. So glad you could join us today. And now a word from our sponsors, actually a word about our sponsors. Liz?
Thanks, Kim. We did want to take a moment to thank the folks who sponsored this event and helped to make it such a good success. Our premier sponsors this year are Nancy Sands, Red Jacket Orchards and the Nicholson family, and Wegmans. Our Queen Bee sponsors are Canandaigua National Bank and Trust and CDGA Coffee Company. And then our drone sponsors include Darling's Tree Farm, Reedman Happy Hives, and Rob and Suzanne Nye. And proceeds from the bee do support the work that LVOI does, providing literacy tutoring to local adults. So if anyone is inspired to make a donation today, they can do that through our website, which is lvoy.org. So thank you again, and good luck to our competitors.
Great. So just want to announce to everyone who our team of experts is this afternoon. Our announcer for today is the indomitable Andy Thomas, our volunteer extraordinaire. The rest of our team includes our judge for this round, the erudite Sonia Brooks, and our timekeeper, the meticulous Donna Cotter. And now over to you, Andy.
Okay, thanks a lot. We're ready to get rolling with round two. Round one's winner was Book Smirk, representing the Canandaigua Academy Key Club, and they'll be back at 3 o'clock for the championship round. And round two will determine who their opponent will be in the championship round, as we look forward to a really hot round two. But before we get going on round two, everybody who knows me knows I love some wordplay, so I got to take advantage of my opportunities here and stick you with a little bit of wordplay. It's fun, and you know, wordplay is often a real hallmark of actual literacy because you need a certain mastery of language to be able to play with it or in it, among it, as you might say. One of the ways that the English folks have been doing wordplay for the last 300 years or so is with limericks. Now, a good limerick is usually on the rude side, and I won't use any of those today, but I did find one that references that, which is pretty good. So how about this one? The limerick packs laughs anatomical into space that is quite economical. But the good ones I've seen so seldom are clean, and the clean ones so seldom are comical. And that's good stuff. And you know, you can always play with haiku and with limericks in a way that enhances your understanding of English, because it is the meaning of the words that makes the fun most of the time. During the holiday season, I came upon this book at Renaissance, the Goody Two Shop, which is mostly full of clean, not dirty or rude limericks. And it's called A History of the World in 100 Limericks by Mick Twister. And I thought that'll be perfect for the spelling bee. So I picked it up, and it's not quite perfect, but it's pretty good. And I want to read you the very first one. The first limerick in the book, called A History of the World in 100 Limericks, is entitled Globalization, and it's about the beginning of everything. And it was, there once was a great ball of gas that cooled to a big solid mass, and that was the birth of the planet named Earth. We weren't there to see it, alas. But we're here today for round two of the Ontario Yates Spelling Bee, the best event in February. So let's get rolling with round two. I'm going to introduce the teams. I think we have all three teams here. And when you get introduced, just want to make sure, give me a thumbs up or whatever, that you're hearing me okay, and we'll ask again in a minute. We thought during the first round, we might have had a couple of moments when maybe I was a little loud, or maybe something on the microphone broke up just a little and got a little mushy in some places. So we want to be very careful about that, that it doesn't happen and cause you to miss a word. So make sure that I'm coming through loud and clear, but also clean, if you will. So here are the teams in round two. Team one is representing the Canandaigua National Bank, the CNBs, B-E-E-S. They are Sheila Green, Kaylee Lowe, and Jenna Turetsky. They've been in this arena many times before, and we want to thank you for coming back and supporting LVOY and coming back with your spirit, which is spelled S-P-R-I-T, as you all know. The CNBs. Team 2 is another returning team. What's the Buzz? And they're representing the Canandaigua Coffee Company. And they are an incredible, this year, father, daughter, son, terrific trio. So it's father Don Cotter, daughter JJ Cotter, and son Bill Cotter, who are putting themselves on the line. And of course, they have to answer to mom, no matter how they do in this contest. So good luck to the Cotters. What's the Buzz representing the Canandaigua Coffee Company? Again, we thank you for your support of the bee itself as well. And team 3, well, you got to say it, they're spelling bee royalty. They are a dynasty reaching back seeming centuries. It's B+, BEE+, multiple year defending champions, Ruth Benedict, Lara Blanchard, and Leah Himmelhawk. And apparently they do not realize that Tom Brady retired for good last week, and you're back again. And every other team shivers in fear trying to beat the B pluses. So we're glad you're here. Thanks a lot for coming back. It's amazing that you're supporting literacy volunteers so much over all these years. So thanks again for being here. So it should be a good battle. A lot of good spellers here. We'll go through the rules really quick again for each of you, and most of you kind of know this, but some who may be out on the ships at sea or on YouTube haven't quite caught up with these rules. There are 3 members in each team, but only 1 speller for each team actually spells the word. And once we get going, you can't substitute a really smart speller in for your weak link, sorry. So once we get going, no substitutions. Each team has a designated speller. The speller, when spelling, should say the word, then spell the word slowly and clearly, and then say it again. The reason we want you to say the word is to make sure that you have received the word correctly and that you're not going to spell a word that you've misapprehended, if you will. So I'll try to make sure that you've got it, but also ask me again if you didn't hear it well, because once you say it and we think you've got it, then you're going to be spelling. The reason you say the word at the end of spelling is that we know you're not going to add another letter. You're done. You're committed to that spelling. So say the word, spell the word, say the word again. For me as announcer, I'll pronounce the word, hopefully correctly. If I do mess up that pronunciation, whether it's a slip of my tongue or anything else, there are 2 choices. I can say the word again if I don't think it's egregious. If I've really confused or I think it's too confusing, I will jump to another word because I've basically ruined that word. So the judges are here also to help in that regard. If they think I've made an error in the pronunciation of a word, they will jump in and say, Andy, you missed that, so let's fix that, okay? So I ask the judges again to be aggressive in that. Don't let me make a mistake that causes an error by one of our contestants. So anyway, so I will say the word, I'll pronounce it correctly, and then I'll use it in a sentence. And then I'll pronounce the word once more for you. Now you can ask me to pronounce the word additional times. You can ask me for a definition of the word. You can ask me the language of origin and what part of speech, verb, noun, adjective, etc., that it might be. Okay. Your collaboration among your teammates is fine. You can do that. The only thing we're asking you not to do is jump on Google or any other way of cheating and getting around the spelling. You're going to have 60 seconds to spell the word. That sounds kind of short when you say it, but it's actually a pretty long time. And we'll be getting our YouTubers just ditching out if you wait too long. The other thing that'll happen at the end of 60 seconds, if you've gone there, we'll have a beep and the timer will jump in and say, time's up, and then we'll force you to make a guess one way or the other. But that's a lot of time. You'll have time to do that. Very important, having started spelling a word, I should say, you can stop, but you can't fix misplaced letters by stopping. So in other words, if your word is dog and you start saying dog, D-O, and then something distracts you, you get messed up and you stop, that's okay. You can start again. If you start again, please say the word again, dog, D-O-G, dog, and then you're okay. However, if you said dog, O-G, and realize the mistake and stop. We can't fix it. You can't fix it. You're going to be out. Okay, so that's the way it is. So in other words, don't rush into anything. Make sure you got the word set before you start spelling, and then you'll probably be in good shape. You may have a free word pass. If you use that free word pass, so you're on a word that stumps you, that's fine. You may have bought one. I'm not going to tell you again that you have that option, so keep that in mind. If you're a team that has a free word pass, you can use that to skip a word that you find too difficult or you have no idea how to spell it. I'll go to the next word. It might be just as hard, but you might know it for some reason. So use that word, that free pass when you want to, and only if you really need to. I'll give you a different word. When you miss the spelling of a word, we'd like you to mute. Now with 3 teams, things could happen. Maybe one team will go out first and 2 teams will survive, but it's possible that all 3 teams will miss a word on the same round of words, if you say, and that means that everyone will be back in. And once we get to 2 teams that are alive in the round and both teams miss, that means both teams will be back in. So a little bit of luck of the draw on the word and your spelling order when that comes to the fore, but that's the way it is. That's how these things work. We would like you to mute if you do miss a word and drop out, so that nothing stray comes on as an audio effect and distracts anybody. When we get to the championship round, at 3 o'clock, a little bit different. Champion needs to spell 1 extra word even after winning the championship round to actually win the contest. Most of, not all of these words are in the B, come from Scripps Howard National Spelling Bee. The National Spelling Bee is something that culminates in May down in Washington, D.C. It's basically a scholastic competition for children in grades 4 through 8. But of course, they get to really crazy words when they get to Washington. But these words that we're using are coming out of that same contest. I'll pronounce them according to the diacritical markings in Webster's dictionary. And again, the judges will help me if I've messed up, say, a pronunciation of a vowel, or maybe put the emphasis on the wrong syllable, which can happen sometimes if I get a little careless. That needs to be fixed, and we'll try to fix that for you. I'll try to catch it, obviously, listening to myself, but also the judges will try to fix that. So I think that's really all the key rules. The other real key is that we're going to have a practice round, and you can't go out during the practice round. The practice round is to make sure that that everyone can hear okay and that they can communicate as a team together, and make sure that all systems are go before we actually get into the knockout words. Okay, our practice round, I think we're ready to go. We'll go, let's see, to the CNBs first. We'll do this is the order, the CNBs, then what's the buzz, and then B+ in the order of spelling for this round. So CNBs, hope you're ready. We'll start with our practice round. Again, you can't go out. You can miss it, but you can't go out. Now, if you haven't seen the first round, I wanted to play with the Bills, our loyalty to the Bills, and the fact that believe is on all these flags and posters around our area. And we tried to believe right up until the end, which we still believe that they'll win someday. But I thought I'd spin off some other words that could be Bill words, but are just a little different. So those will be our practice rounds words. Again, if you miss it, no big deal. All right, team 1, CNBs. Are you ready to rumble?
Yep, we are all set.
Okay, here we go. This is your practice round for round 2. The CNBs are up. The word is Bilbo. Now this is a noun, the definition of which is a Bills fan with particularly hairy feet, evolved to prevent frostbite during anticipated January playoff games. Bilbo. So, Bilbo. Despite the score, the Bilbo remained comfortable as the lake effect raged and beer sales were shut down at the end of the third quarter. Bilbo. These guys are serious about this practice round. They have come to play.
All right, we're ready. So
Okay.
Bilbo. Billbo. Bilbo.
That is correct. That is the correct spelling of Bilbo, of course, Tolkien inspired. And how's your communication working as a team? You're okay with that? And you can hear each other as you work out the spelling?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And you can hear me all right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Team 2 is What's the Buzz? Representing the Canandaigua Coffee Company. And your word for a practice round, What's the Buzz, is bilateral. It's a verb. It's the act of Bills fans handing a beer down the row of seats to the guy who bought it, but each of those fans taking a gulp before passing it along. It's a bilateral. Bilateral. It's always great fun for the home fans to bilateral a brewski to someone in a Dolphins jersey. Bilateral. What's the Buzz? Might need a few cups of coffee to figure this one out.
Bilateral. Billateral. Bilateral.
True Bills fan. Got it correct. Very good. All right. So team 2, What's the Buzz, is going. You can hear me okay? Everything clear? That sounds good. All right. And your communication team, internal team communication is going to be all right? All right. All right. Good luck to you. Okay. So team 3 is B+. They've been waiting a long time to try to repeat today. Their practice word is billfold. That's a noun. It's what our favorite team does every playoff season. This could be a verb too, I suppose. What our favorite team does every playoff season, sometimes in the most creative and cruel ways possible. Billfold. Last year's Chiefs loss, the Music City Miracle, and Wide Right comprise some of the most harrowing billfolds in history. Now, I pluralized it in the sentence, but we'll go with the singular. Billfold. Singular verb. Or noun.
Billfold. Billfold.
That is correct. And obviously that's a homonym too, right? So, all right. So everything okay for hearing me clearly?
Yes.
Okay. And you've got your team communication. All right. You're not going to fight too much this year?
So the team communication is what we've planned is that we're holding up pieces of paper to the camera. And then I feel like what we have not planned out is like any kind of other back channel communication. I think, is it okay if we if we need to discuss things, if we just sort of do it right out, like, using the Zoom session, or would you prefer us not to do that?
That is okay, because I will not be using the same word for another team. That is okay. Just make sure that you can hear all right through that way of doing it. And yeah, if that works for you, that'll be okay. You're going to have 60 seconds to do all that in case you get to a word which is a tough one. All right. Okay. I think we're ready to get rolling with our round 2, which determines our second team that goes into the championship round. So the excitement is palpable. I can feel it right here. All right. Judges will go to right at the top of the page on page 2. And we're back to CNBs for our first word. And this is for all marbles. So concentrate. Here we go. The word at the top of the page is number 117, judges. So right at the top. Here we go. Sardine. Destiny's cat, Mr. Picky Pants, refuses to eat unless Destiny tops his cat kibbles with a finely diced sardine. Sardine.
Sardine. S-A-R-D-I-N-E. Sardine.
All right, that is correct. Way to go. Okay, next word down for the What's the Buzz squad? Number 118, judges. Orientation. The hikers used a map and a compass for orientation prior to setting out on the trail. Orientation.
Orientation. O-R-I-E-N-T-A-T-I-O-N. Orientation.
That is correct. All right, What's the Buzz survives their first word. We're on to the B plus. Number 119, next word down. Listen carefully. This you could mishear this, so I'll try to be careful. Decimal. The US uses a system of decimal coinage with each dollar divided into 100 cents. Decimal.
Decimal. D-E-C-I-M-A-L. Decimal.
That is correct. Laura, I had your first two letters, maybe you were a little too close to the mic, leaning forward, because that blew out a little bit. So, but
Sorry
I got the last six letters clean, so I'm not
Do you
sure.
need me to do it again?
So no, it's okay. You got the word correct. All right. All right, we're going to go back to the top, and we're going to go forward to page 4, judges, to number 130, top of the page. CNB's granules. The baby loved that the granules of brown sugar stuck to her face like a beard. Granules. I'll say that again because I might have sort of extra syllabled a little bit. Granules. I think that was better. I think I might have messed that up. So granules. The baby loved that the granules of brown sugar stuck to her face like a beard. Granules. Might be betraying my New Jerseyism right there. I'm not sure.
Granules. G-R-A-N-U-A-L-S. Granules.
Oh, I think you missed that. Granules. G-R-A-N-U-L-E-S. You put an A in there, correct?
We did.
Okay. You're not necessarily eliminated, but both teams would have to miss their next two words. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. Well, hope that didn't cause that. I don't know, judges, you want to weigh in on that? Maybe I feel like I may have caused that one.
I'm hearing you okay.
You know what? It says it's so early in the round, and I hate to have that happen. I'm gonna give you another shot. All right, because I got this little mug that says I'm the B master.
Well, we appreciate that.
Okay. Sorry about that. I think both other teams probably are good with that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. We'll just go to the two words down. Number 132. Invigorating. After so much time indoors, Randy found the fresh air to be invigorating. Invigorating. This is for CNBs. Yeah.
Invigorating.
Say that again.
Invigorating.
Okay.
INVIGORATING. Invigorating.
That is correct. So glad to have you back in. All right. CNB survives with a little help from the B-Master. Sorry about that. Okay. What's the buzz? Back to what's the buzz? And we're going down one word. Contraption. Mo's dream is to invent a contraption that will generate food from nothing. Contraption.
Contraption. CONTRAPTION. Contraption.
That is correct. Contraption. Okay. Back to B plus for your second word. We're going to be on the same page. Judges, the bottom word, 135. Wreaked. The monsoon rains wreaked havoc on the farmers' fields. Wreaked.
Can you use that in a sentence? Wreaked. WREAKED. Wreaked.
Wreaked is correct. You as a team have wreaked havoc on the other teams in this competition for years and years, right? Okay, sounds good. We're going to go backwards, judges, to page 2 on 120. So we're back to the CNBs for your word. The word is conkers. This is a homonym, so be careful. Conkers. It's a game popular in England. Libby and Abe spent all afternoon collecting chestnuts so they could play conkers. Conkers.
Could you repeat the word?
Yep. The word is conkers.
Time.
Okay, time's up. We're going to have to force a guess, but I'll give you the definition just for the heck of it. It's a game popular in England in which each player swings a horse chestnut, or originally a snail shell threaded on a string, to try to break the other one held by his or her opponent. The English are weird. Conkers.
Conkers. CONQUERS. Conquers.
That is one way to spell conquers, but that is the homonym of this word. And so that is incorrect. That's in conquers as in overthrowing and gaining dominion over. This is conquers as the game, and it's pretty simple, but it's obscure. Conkaers. Conquers. So when you collect chestnuts, make sure you play next time. CNBs, you're not necessarily out, but the words will have to be missed by both teams here for you to be in. Okay. So we're back to what's the buzz for your word. Dingoes. One of the longest structures in the world is a fence that was constructed in Australia in the late 19th century to keep sheep flocks safe from dingoes. Dingoes.
Bill, just something to think about whether or not we want to use our word pass on this, since we will agree on this, but the question is yes or no yes.
I say we go out in a blaze of glory.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna do it. Dingoes, DINGOES, dingoes.
That is correct. The plural has that strange ES, probably because with no E, it would look weird. That's one of those rules in English. Dingoes, plural of dingo. Okay, very good. We'll go to B+. And we're at page 9, the word at the top 162, judges. Drudgery. Rupert welcomes any new invention that helps take some of the drudgery out of housework. Drudgery. This is important because if you happen to miss, What's the Buzz is the winner of this round and will advance to the championship, so pressure's on.
Drudgery. DRUDGERY. Drudgery.
That is correct. So B+, you're in, and CNBs, you've been knocked out because the other two teams are still in. So thank you so much for your participation. Sorry you got such a weird word, but that's how things happen. But thanks again for supporting literacy volunteers. CNBs. So we keep going. We'll go to the next word down on page 9 for what's the buzz. We're back. Now, because we have two teams left, if both of you miss in the same round, you'll both be alive. Okay. What's the buzz? Your word. Intolerance. Ginny is grateful that she does not suffer from lactose intolerance since ice cream is her favorite food. Intolerance.
Intolerance. INTOLERANCE. Intolerance.
That is correct. Intolerance. B+, going to go to 165 on the same page, judges, page 9. Permanence. The costume designer always uses the same brand of dye because of the vivid colors it produces and its permanence on fabrics. Permanence.
This is funny for me because I missed this one on a spelling bee when I was a kid. Permanence. PERMANENCE. Permanence.
That is correct. Did that scar you? Not forever, though, right? That miss. The idea is to rebound and learn from your mistakes. Permanence. B+, you're through, so we'll continue. We're going to go right down this page, page 9, number 166 for what's the buzz? Abdomen. Clara's workout includes exercises to strengthen the muscles of her abdomen. Abdomen.
Abdomen. ABDOMEN. Abdomen.
That is correct. Abdomen. B plus, next word down. Cocoon. Ricky found a cocoon attached to a branch of an oak tree. Cocoon.
Cocoon. COCOON. Cocoon.
A lot of O's in that one. That is correct. Okay, we're going to advance to page 13, back to what's the buzz? Top word, number 185. Pallid. Joseph took one look at his son's pallid face and sent him immediately back to bed. Pallid.
Pallid. PALLID. Pallid.
That is correct. Like believe, it has two L's in there. Good job. B plus, we're going to skip one word and go to 187 on the same page, judges. Moppet. Trudy's Moppet turned 3 last week and will soon start preschool. Moppet.
Moppet. MOPPET. Moppet.
That is correct. A child or a youngster. Not sure whether that's always a positive term to call your child a moppet or not. All right, back to what's the buzz? Stay on that same page. 189 is the number. Renal. Renal arteries divide into 4 or 5 branches and enter the hilum of the kidney. Renal.
Renal. RENAL. Renal.
That is correct. Okay. We're going to the bottom of that same page. Sorry. B plus. Congealing. It didn't take long for the arrangement with Anna on the top bunk and her brother on the bottom to start congealing into a permanent state of affairs. Congealing.
Congealing. CONGEALING. Congealing.
That is correct. All right. We're zipping along here. What's the buzz? We're going to go to page 17, judges, and the number 208. What's the buzz? Dorsey. The fashion blog declared that the Dorsey, a shoe style originally designed for men in the 19th century, was the must-have shoe of the spring season. Dorsey.
Bill, if you're in agreement, we'll take a skip on this one.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we'll skip this one.
Okay, how do you do that? You're gonna cash in?
Yeah, we're gonna cash in our whatever the thing is we've got.
Definitely.
$100,000 more to literacy.
Oh, okay.
Dorsey is strange. It's French, of course. A pump type shoe or slipper made with a heel section curving to meet the toe section at the narrow part of the sole, right under the instep. Very specific shoe. It's spelled D and then has a apostrophe, which you wouldn't have needed to spell, but it's D apostrophe O-R-S-A-Y. Dorsey. Don't forget that. It might come up at some point in the rest of your life. Maybe when you're having coffee somewhere in Paris, right? Okay, you do get another word. We're going to go down to the bottom word on the same page, page 17. Number 211, judges. Ducats. The king promised a barrel of ducats to the gardener who could rid his prized flower garden of slugs. Ducats.
Ducats, D-U-C-A-T-S, ducats.
That is correct. Ducats is the pronunciation, and I always thought it was ducats when I was growing up, and even for most of the rest of my life. So good job. All right, we're going to page 20, and we're going to go back to B plus. At the top of this is the word number 223. Wiesbaden. Wiesbaden is one of the oldest spa towns in Europe and is famous for its hot springs. Wiesbaden.
I think I remember from round one that we don't need to put in a capital letter, right? If there is one.
Like no capital letters or other kinds of punctuation, hyphens, that sort of thing. Don't have to worry about them, just the letters.
Okay. Wiesbaden. W-I-E-S-B-A-D-E-N. Wiesbaden.
Good place to visit, and you got it right. Wiesbaden, correct. All right, back to you. What's the buzz? The battle is shaping up here. This is getting tough. We're staying on the same page, judges, 224. Make sure I get it right. Chelonia. Sand temperature affects gender in the eggs of turtles in the genus Chelonia, and scientists have noticed a higher proportion of female hatchlings being born as ocean temperatures rise. Chelonia. Chelonia.
Could we have the origin, please?
Yes.
Can we buy
Chelonia.
time?
Not up on your turtle eggs? Come on. Where Google could come in handy. Chelonia. The word is passed from Greek origin, Latin, and then English, but in Latin being key. Chelonia.
All right, Bill, give us your best.
Looks like they're putting all the pressure on.
Yeah.
No, we got one spelling over here, so we'll see.
Yeah. Well, yeah, yours will be right, but we're gonna go, since we have 2 out of 3. Colonia. C-A-L-O-N-I-A, Colonia.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Greek thing is important. It's a CH at the beginning, but it's an E there. C-H-E-L-O-N-I-A. Chelonia. It's the genus comprising the green turtles. I don't understand why you had trouble with that one, but all right. So you're not necessarily dead, but you have a tough team to beat. B plus, you can make the championship round if you get this word correct. If you don't, What's the Buzz is back in it, and you'll be back on the same round. We're going to stay on that same page, number 225, judges. You know what? Yeah. One second here. I'm gonna check my diacritical marking to make sure I got this correct here. Yep, okay. All right. B plus, you ready? Here we go. Justacorps. Nathaniel, wearing a Justacorps and a powdered wig, felt rather out of place among the ghosts and goblins at the Halloween party. Justacorps.
Justacorps. Is that
Say
the
that
correct one? Justacorps?
I'm not sure if I'm getting the proper first sound. It's Justacorps.
Andy, it's the second syllable is the emphasis.
Oh, okay. Just, well, Justacorps. Let's put it, it's an in there. Justacorps.
May I please have the language of origin?
Yep, it is French. French word. Justacorps.
How about a definition? A definition would be great.
Justacorps. A fitted coat or jacket, specifically a man's knee-length coat with flaring and stiffened skirts that was worn in the late 17th and early 18th century, and has nothing to do with the genus of green turtles. Justacorps.
Lord. All right. This is a wild guess. All right, Leah, what do you think? Can't hear you, Leah.
I think an E, not an A.
Okay. What about that PS ending that I stuck in?
It's as good a guess as since it's tight fitted is what you're saying? Is that the definition?
No, it's yes, it's fitted, but not necessarily super tight.
If it's okay, if it's not super tight, if it's fitted, it could be
A fitted coat or jacket, it's knee length and flares out at the bottom.
could be RT.
Oh, it could be RTA.
Yeah.
That might make more sense.
Yeah.
We obviously have no idea.
Yeah.
Time.
All right, I'm gonna go with your suggestions, Leah. What do you think, Ruth? You agree?
Yeah. Sorry.
All right, we will do our best. Justacorps. Justacorps. Justecorrt. Justacorps.
It's pretty close, but
A D in the center, not a T. I'm sorry.
it's Justa.
Oh,
And then there's a U in there, Justa, which looks like an AU. So JUSTAUCORP and an S on the end for core.
oh, that is completely. They completely messed with the Latin there. I'm sorry.
All right, so what's the buzz? You're still alive. Justacorps. That's pretty tough. All right. We'll go back into our competition here, and it's now about 10 before 3, but we gotta do it. So what's the buzz? Your word, number page 28, judges, top of the page 347. Fissure. Fissure. After 3 glorious hours of pampering, Claude left the salon sporting an elaborate fissure. Fissure.
I don't think I have anything, team, so it's all on you.
All right, then, here we go.
Fisher.
Could be underneath your cap. It could be underneath your cap, an elaborate.
I will start over again. Fisher, Frisure, Fisher.
Oh, that is so close. You doubled the S and that was what was wrong. One S in there, Frisure, Fisher. A style of curling or dressing the hair, hairdressing or a hairdo. Again, through Latin, but mostly French. Okay, we're back in the same situation, B plus. You could win the round and thus make the championship round if you get this word right. That's the next word on the page on 28, 348, judges. Dunlin. Robert spotted a dunlin plucking a juicy snail out of the sand. Dunlin.
Do we have the language of origin?
Yep. Dunlin consists of an English part and an English combining form. So essentially an English or in origin. English part and English combining form, Dunlin.
And could you give us the definition?
Yep. It is an animal, a red-backed sandpiper. Type of bird, sandpiper, a beach bird. A dunlin.
Okay.
Dunlin. For all the dunlins in the world, you get this right, make the championship.
I think we're all in agreement. Dunlin. Dunlin. Dunlin.
You kept it simple and you kept it correct. That is right. Dunlin is pretty simple in essence. Dunlin, and that means B plus, and that's why B plus is so tough. Great job. B plus is a winner of round 2, and you advance to the championship round in just a few minutes. So hang around. What's the buzz? That was fantastic. Did a great job. Used your free pass wisely, and then got stuck on another nasty one. But great job. Thanks a lot, and to the whole family, I think Mom should make you a really, really great dinner tonight based on your performance.
Couldn't agree more.
And
Good work, everyone.
Great job, everyone.
All right, way to go. So that's the end of round 2. B plus is the round 2 winner. They will meet Booksmert in the championship round, which will start in just a few minutes, a little bit after 3, as we get everybody back organized. And until that moment, we'll take a short break. Thanks a lot for being with us.
I believe everyone's here for the third round. Oh, as long as we've got Kim and Liz.
I'm here
Great.
when we're ready.
All the teams are here. Great.
Hey, Kim,
Yeah, Andy.
I have a question. I put it on chat. I don't know. I just wanted to make sure on a fact. Maybe look at chat and answer me.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. Okay. Thank you. I'm just going to refer to that sort of. Welcome back.
Okay, last round of announcements from me. Yay. Welcome everyone to our championship round. Thank you to our teams who have hung in there with everyone. I'm Kim Reich, co-president of the board, and I'm welcoming you. Maybe you're a first-time person coming in. The folks I'm seeing on Zoom are the folks that made it to our championship round. I just want to make sure you know you're watching the 21st Literacy Volunteers of Ontario Yates Adult Spelling Bee. And we're excited to have brought you this wonderful competitive word event as a fundraiser and in support of our adult literacy and learning services. I'm going to invite our executive director, Liz, to now share a word from our sponsors.
Thanks, Kim. We do want to thank the sponsors who have helped make this event a success. Our premier sponsors are Nancy Sands and Red Jacket Orchards and the Nicholson family and Wegmans. Our Queen Bee sponsors are Canandaigua National Bank and Trust and the CDGA Coffee Company. And then the drone sponsors are Darling's Tree Farm, Reedman Happy Hives, and Robin Suzanne Nye. And proceeds from the bee do support the work that LVOY does to provide literacy tutoring to local adults. And if anyone is inspired to make a donation, they can do that through our website, which is lvoy.org. And I wish our championship round competitors the best of luck.
Okay, and a couple of announcements. Our announcer for this championship round will be there, our indomitable Andy Thomas. We have a new a judge for this round, the studious Bess Oliver. I think, is she there? She is she there somewhere? Oh, I don't see her online. Okay, is Bess there? Maybe not. Did we lose someone? Sorry, that's me wondering where our last judge is. Our timekeeper, though, I can announce that's Bill Brock. He very graciously stepped up as the punctual person that he is to take the timing for our second round, and he's also going to be our timekeeper for the championship round. Okay, and maybe Andy will know who our judge is going to be for this round. So. Because I don't.
Well, I think we can manage, right? Well, if Bess can jump on, she'll jump on, and she knows what she's doing. So, all right.
Bess is coming. She's on her way, so she can jump right in.
Okay. All right, so let's all jump in for the championship round. As we get ready, how about another couple of limericks just to make the teams sweat and worry about the words they're going to get just for a few more minutes. This one is again from the book, The History of the World in 100 Limericks by someone who calls himself Mick Twister, probably not his real name, right? First one is entitled Net Gain, and I'm going to have here. A fellow named Tim Berners-Lee first came up with HTTP. The geeky celeb had invented the web, and he gave it to us lot for free. And why do I use a limerick about the web on the Literacy Volunteers for Ontario Yates Spelling Bee? Well, because of that word free. Tim Berners-Lee developed that idea at the CERN Nuclear Research Center in Switzerland. He accomplished the first successful communication between Hypertext Transfer Protocol, which is HTTP, a client of that, and server. And he did that via the internet, which was a military invention. And that happened in mid-November 1989. He devised and implemented the first web browser and web server. And he and the consortium, which he formed along with other really smart people called the World Wide Web Consortium, soon decided that the web should be made available to everyone with no patent protection or royalties. They, in fact, gave away one of the great inventions that pretty much everyone in the world uses today, a free product, shall we say, which of course we've done a lot to foul up, but it's also the reason we can do this contest for you on the web today. So thanks to Tim Berners-Lee and his World Wide Web Consortium. But there's something else that's great about that, the free piece, and something else that is just great, and that's local and free. And that's the Literacy Volunteers of Ontario Yates. Yep, the services that LVOY provides are free to the clients. Their great battle to become literate in the language of English and thus improve their lives, they can do basically at no cost to them other than their time and their effort. The money that we use, the needed donations that are necessary for keep us running in doing this, are for the necessary materials, which are vast, a lot of forms, sometimes some fees that are involved with various applications for certain things, obviously to keep our office operating and to keep our tutor recruitment program clicking, because we need new tutors every year. Tutors are fantastic. They do an unbelievably great volunteer job, but of course some of them move on from year to year because they might burn themselves out, or they might have something else that's come up in their life and they can't dedicate quite as much time to it. Our tutors are fantastically loyal, but we always need more new tutors. So that program needs to run, and that does cost us a little bit for all that reaching out. But our clients, they do not pay for the life-changing services that they're receiving. So when they have finished and they have reached literacy, they can use that other free product, the World Wide Web, so in a way that will broaden their horizons even more. So it all hangs together. So let's take a couple minutes right now to celebrate some of the success stories from 2022. I mentioned before we had 65 tutors in 2022 working with 91 learners. That's 18 more learners than the year before for LVOY. Last year, through the first half of the year, 5 learners earned their high school equivalency diplomas. 3 more learners passed one or more segments of the GED and are studying for the remaining portions of that test. 2 learners passed the rigorous U.S. citizenship exam and were sworn in as U.S. citizens because they were able to survive that exam. And 2 more this year are currently preparing for that citizenship exam. We wish them the best of luck, but we know they won't need as much luck because they've been helped by LVOY. 5 learners passed their driver's test and 4 obtained the learner's permit this past year. And 1 learner also obtained a CDL license. And 16 learners found new or improved employment in the past year based on their skills. And 1 learner used her upgraded language proficiency to complete professional certification in her field. Those are all wonderful success stories, and they're all because of you who have given to LVOY. They're because of the fantastic tutors who work so hard with the clients, but of course, most of the work is by the clients themselves working hard to figure out this really tricky language. So 2022 was a very good year at LVOY, and we hope that we can keep it rolling and roaring in 2023. So I think we're pretty much ready to get to the championship round. Another limerick for you. So now that's enough of the past. We've got to the present at last. The next stage of history, though still a mystery, rushing toward us very fast. And so here we are in the present, but looking for more history. And of course, B+ is looking for their 3rd consecutive, and I think Bookschmer looking for their first win in the spelling bee over the years. So we're ready to go, I think. All right. I think everybody knows the rules. Now, the biggest different rule, it really hasn't been that different because of the number of teams this year, but I'll say it again, that when we reach what could be a winner of the round. To win the championship, you're going to have to spell another word. So your knockout word, knocking out the other team, will be one word. Then you'll get another word to win the championship. If you miss that championship winning word, the other team comes back in. Okay, and then we'll continue the same rotation after that word. So that might switch who goes first and who goes second, possibly, how that might happen. So let's get to it. We'll do a practice round just to make sure you're back in full form here. The two teams are B+ from Hobart and William Smith, and we've got Lara Blanchard as the speller, Leah Himmelhock, and I've lost my notes. Sorry, it's a great team, but I've lost your third member. Sorry, Lara, tell us your members. I'm sorry. Oh, you're muted right now, I think.
Don't know what happened. Thought I unmuted. Our members are Leah Himmelhock, Ruth Benedict, and me, Lara Blanchard.
Yep. Sorry, Ruth. I blanked out. The other team battling for the championship is Booksmart, representing the Canandaigua Academy Key Club. Two members of that team, Michael Sisson and our speller, Eric Bateman. So thanks a lot for your support, and thanks for being here and putting up with me. So I think we'll do a practice round just for the heck of it before we get going. Round 3 practice word for B+, who will go first in this, is another Bills word, billboard. It's a noun, definition of which is a Bills fan at the stadium sitting through a TV timeout, a billboard. TV timeouts when you're at the stadium are just endless. They're horrible. So even when the cheerleaders and the band and the dog chasing the Frisbee existed on the field, most fans found it impossible to not become a billboard when they attended any televised Bills game. Billboard.
Billboard. BILLBOARD. Billboard.
You weren't even fooled by that one. I thought you might go with RED, but no, as a noun, it's a BOARD, billboard. That's correct. So we go now to Booksmart, and your practice word for this championship round. Again, you can't go out. The word is billicosis. It's a noun, a dangerous and highly transmittable high blood pressure sickness spread particularly by male Bills fans gathered around the office K-Cup machine on a Monday following the inevitable playoff loss. Billicosis. Billicosis, after weathering the COVID pandemic, the owner of Relax in Peace Wellness Spas was forced to reinstate a work-from-home policy in the wake of a severe outbreak of billicosis. Billicosis.
Okay, I will defer to my teammate and go billicosis, BILLICOSIS, billicosis.
I think that's good enough. I would have spelled it with an A after the bill, but the billicosis, it's correct. So we hope that our billicosis fades by the end of next year when the Bills will be Super Bowl champions. By the way, the Super Bowl is next weekend. We don't care about it next Sunday. Okay. All right. So are we ready to go? Both teams? All right. Here we go with our championship round, the 2023 Ontario Yates Spelling Bee for literacy volunteers. We're going to go to page 7. Judge or judges, I'm not sure who's out there. Number 149 at the top of the page. B+. Cardigan. Samantha layered a cardigan over a turtleneck to ward off the chilly breeze. Cardigan.
Cardigan. CARDIGAN. Cardigan.
That is correct. Cardigan. Same page, next word down for Booksmart. Sudoku. To pass the time, Karen downloaded an app and began to play Sudoku on her phone. Sudoku.
Sudoku. S-U-D-O-K-U. Sudoku.
That is correct. Sudoku. All right, we're back to B plus, number 153 on the same page. Trodden. The wild horses had trodden over the fields, flattening the tall grass and weeds. Trodden.
Trodden. Trodden. Trodden.
That is correct. Trodden. Same page, last word on the page for Booksmart. Swankiest. Many consider Le Cuckoo to be the swankiest restaurant in all of New York City. Swankiest.
Swankiest. S-W-A-N-K-I-E-S-T. Swankiest.
That's right. On a teacher's salary, you always go to the swankiest restaurants, right? All right, we're back to B plus. Top of the page on page 15, 196. Humus. Mario's compost heap provides a ready supply of humus for his garden. Humus.
Okay, Leah and I are in agreement, I think. So we're gonna go with humus, humus, H-U-M-U-S, humus.
That is correct. Not to be confused with hummus. If you spread humus on your bagel, you're probably in trouble. All right, back to Booksmart, same page, 198. Carefully, it's a homonym. Mean. Fame and fortune did not alter Mabel's humble mien. Mean. You can ask for information, as you know.
Do I have the word origin, please?
Mean. The word is from an originally Latin word that went through French before becoming English. Mean.
How about the definition?
Yep. Mean. The air or bearing of a person, especially as expressive of mood or personality. A person's mean.
Mike, can I see your suggestion again?
Sorry, I missed that, Eric. Sorry.
Oh, just confirms. Mean. M-I-E-N. Mean.
Correct. You got it. That is correct. A person's mean. The mean we were seeing on the screen was somewhat of panic. Very quiet panic, though. Good job. All right. Stay on the same page. Back to B plus. Cantonese. Cantonese. Steamed pork buns are a classic Cantonese dish. Cantonese.
Cantonese. Cantonese. Cantonese.
That is correct. All right, same page, last word for Booksmart. Poultice. Graham's remedy for rashes or skin problems of any sort is a mustard poultice. Poultice.
Poultice. Poultice. Poultice.
That is correct. Working together. Good job. Okay. We'll go to page 18. We're back to B plus. This word is number 216 on the page. Bivouac. The soldiers set up tents for their weekend-long bivouac. Bivouac.
Bivouac. BIVOUAC. Bivouac.
That is correct. Bivouac. All right. On the same page, Booksmart. Last word on the page, judges. Gines. Say that again for you. Gines. Due to their strong belief in nonviolence, Gines do not even kill insects. Gines.
Could I have the word origin, please?
Yes. Gines. This word went from Sanskrit to Hindi and then used in English in this form. So Sanskrit to Hindi, Indian. Gines.
All right, let's go for it. Gines. Jines. Gines.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. The Indian changes it a little, but it's JAINS. 5 letters. Adherents of a religion of India characterized by the personal ideal of the liberated soul. Gines. And they're very non-violent. So you're not gone yet, Booksmart, but B plus has to get a word right to win it, since they were going first in this round. They have their first word to win the round, but now you have your championship word. Okay, so B plus, your championship word. Gonna go to page 29, number 356. Doula. Harriet's doula visited every day for a week after the baby was born to ensure that she and her baby were settling in. Doula.
Doula. DOULA. Doula.
That is correct. You have birthed another championship. B plus. Congratulations. It's very tough to throw you off, and nice job on that one. Ruth Benedict and Laura. No, I need my notes. I'm sorry. But anyway, congratulations. And that is, as far as I have kept track, 3 years in a row that you've won. I think you've won previous to that a couple of times as well. So congratulations, but particularly thanks so much for being such strong supporters of the Bee and thus LVOY. we really appreciate that. So we'll send you your cash prize in the mail. It may take a very long time to get there. So
Congrats, B+.
Congratulations, Booksmart. It was great playing with you.
Booksmart, great job. We did wonderfully again. And there's going to come a time, you're like the Bills, you're going to win the Super Bowl some year, but we all have to stay alive to do that. Eric Bateman, Mike Sisson, thanks a lot for doing this and for being here. And good luck for the rest of the school year at both of your places of employment, both teams from the college, Hobart and William Smith, and also from Canandaigua Academy. So thanks very much. Congratulations to you. And that should do it for our Spelling Bee. A couple of final words. Thanks to everyone who made this event possible. Absolute pleasure for me to do this every year. And I learn a lot doing all my prep work, that's for sure. And glad to know that the tongue has stayed in one piece for another year. Once again, I'll leave you with this final thought, though. Think not of how to spell the word donation, but what your donation spells. For Literacy Volunteers of Ontario Yates. And a final limerick. Yes, the B is quite the bee's knee and a huge boost for literacy. But maybe just once the bee could be punted, because in Diggs Allen, we still do believe. And hopefully the Bills will be in the championship next year, if you care at all about football. Have a great year, everyone. Thanks for your participation today and for being out there on the web and with us today for the Spelling Bee. We'll see you next year.
Thanks, Andy.
Thank you, Andy.
Thanks, Annie.